Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. We are here at the World Bank offices in Skopje and we're going to have an interview with Ms. Tatiana Proskurikova, country manager for Skopje. First question that I would like to ask you is about the current economic situation in Macedonia in the World Bank terms. How poor is in fact our country?
Well, in the World Bank terms, Macedonia is not at all a poor country. We consider it a middle-income country and a higher middle-income country. So globally speaking, Macedonia is doing quite well. In the region of Southeast Europe, Macedonia has about $4,800 per capita in national income, and that puts Macedonia just behind Serbia and Montenegro, but ahead of countries like Albania, Kosovo, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. So it's like in the middle of the pack, if you will, in the sub-region. But of course, Macedonia wants to join the European Union, and compared to European Union, Macedonia still has ways to go and has been converging in terms of income. In 2002, the national income of Macedonia per capita was 25% of the average EU income, and by 2009 it has reached 36%. But as you see, it still has some time to develop.
The public expenditure that our government makes, how satisfied are you with the implementation of the advisable programs that you as a World Bank offer to our government?
So our program in Macedonia has been implementing really well. We have just concluded a country partnership strategy which finished this summer, and we have issued an evaluation report of that strategy. It's on our website, both in English and in Macedonian, and I invite you to read it. But the conclusion of the report is that the strategy has been successful and all of the interventions that we have financed are reaching their objectives or have reached their objectives. And in that sense, we are very satisfied with our relationship. And we have now developed a new strategy which has recently been discussed by our board earlier this month, in fact, and we plan to continue our cooperation with the government of Macedonia.
Hear that our government has stated that they are seeing a rise in economy for this upcoming year. I would like your view on how true is this in fact, and according to your observation, how does Macedonia stand in the economic development considering all the debts that actually our government owns?
So we agree with the government that Macedonian economy is growing and the growth will accelerate. We think that by the end of this year the growth will be about 3.3%, and in 2015 we estimate the growth to be 3.5%. Of course, there are risks to this outlook, and in particular if growth in the Eurozone does not pick up, it may affect growth in Macedonia. However, so far, due to large program of public investment and also to success of the free foreign direct investment in Macedonia, the growth has been fairly robust. Therefore, we think that the country will grow in the immediate term.
In the country partnership strategy report for 2011-2014, the economic development has been seen as a key achievement for our country. Do you think that the implementation of the projects that our government are constantly promoting and announced will secure us, how to say, a stable social living for the citizens of Macedonia?
So as I mentioned, we just closed that strategy that you are referring to, and that strategy was fairly successful, and it did result in support for the growth of Macedonian economy. But getting to your question, and your question I think you're asking about whether the welfare of the people will improve thanks to that. And we see this as a question in two parts. First of all, we think that for the welfare of the people to improve, the country needs to grow. And in that sense, we are supportive of the government's program of growth through competitiveness. And in fact, this is the first pillar of our new strategy. It's called Growth Through Competitiveness. And we're focusing on areas such as support of private business development, stable macroeconomic environment, and investment in infrastructure to support economic growth and competitiveness. But we also believe that growth in itself is not going to automatically result in the improvement of the welfare of the people. And more efforts need to be made in order to make growth more inclusive. And for this, we believe the most important thing to do is to create more and better jobs for the people in Macedonia, because this is the mechanism through which people can benefit from economic growth. And this is the second pillar of our strategy. It's skills and inclusion. So we think that we need to focus on better skills, so that the education system should produce skills which are demanded in the labor market so that people can get a better job, and that the quality of public services should improve. And we're focusing on particularly the vulnerable groups through the conditional cash transfer project, which we have with the Ministry of Labor and Social Policy, but also through municipal infrastructure project. We're focusing on improving basic infrastructure throughout the country.
You're just mentioning some of the projects that you're already working at in your cooperation with the government. However, I would like to ask you if the World Bank has any concrete projects to implement in the rural areas of Macedonia, and do you foresee closer cooperation with our government in this section?
In fact, we do. So the project that I just mentioned, the municipal infrastructure project, is a $75 million loan from the World Bank, which has been in implementation for a while. And we're in the process of approving the additional financing from the European Commission, which will open a separate window under this operation, which will be focused exclusively on rural areas. And it will provide, thanks to IPA financing, it will provide grant funding to rural municipalities, but also to rural parts of mixed municipalities to address their key infrastructure needs. And one of the things that I would like to highlight there is that the project will not only finance infrastructure itself, but it will also help municipalities to think about what are their priorities and to pick better investments.
The World Bank has reported that the youth unemployment in Macedonia is around 50%, which is a very high number for a small country like us. I would like to know if there are any planned concrete projects for the youth unemployment by the World Bank for Macedonia.
Indeed, we think that this is a very big challenge, but not just for Macedonia. Every country in this region is struggling with very high youth unemployment. We are focusing on two specific interventions in this area. But before I mention them, let me tell you that because we support growth and competitiveness and inclusion, and our overarching goal of the strategy is to provide more and better jobs to all people in Macedonia, this also obviously includes youth. So in some sense, everything we do should benefit the youth. However, we have two specific interventions. One is the Skills and Innovation Project, which just started implementation. And as I mentioned, this project will try and link the education system, the universities and vocational schools, to the private businesses and to the potential employers, so that the young people are trained for the skills that labor market demands and therefore have better chances of getting a job. And also, as part of our conditional cash transfer project with the Ministry of Labor and Social Policy, we're supporting a pilot intervention of youth jobs for the youth. And these are focused specifically on people who are very vulnerable, to help recipients of social assistance, who are the poor and the vulnerable people in Macedonia, to transition to labor market.
You already mentioned in your answer what kind of future is Macedonia waiting for. However, for our last question, I would like a more concrete answer. What is the future of Macedonia?
I think that Macedonia's future is bright, and I think it is linked to membership in the European Union. And in fact, the cross-cutting theme of our strategy is support for EU integration for Macedonia. More broadly, I think that the future of Macedonia and the sustained growth and inclusive growth in Macedonia should be based on greater emphasis on private sector development. Until now, the engine of growth in Macedonia has been public investment, and it has served the country well. It has helped the country weather the crises of recent years quite well. But in the future, the sustainable growth will have to focus on creating better conditions for private businesses and for local businesses to take advantage of the foreign direct investment that has already come to Macedonia and by integrating into global production chains.
Thank you very much for your time. We just followed an interview with the country manager of Skopje, Ms. Tatiana Proskurikova from the World Bank offices in Skopje. Thank you for being with us.